And speaking of authenticity, right? There's people out here that love you for who you are. And what I mean by this, right? You showing up in your natural energy as natural as possible is actually more attractive than you trying to portray a certain persona that you're happy or that you're Mr. Positive or Mr. Confident or Mrs. Confident, depending on who you are watching this video. And I realized this because I started doing it when I was, cold approaching and basically talking to different strangers and stuff, right? So I go out to people, whatever, trying to introduce myself, right? And I used to always kind of wonder, like, why is it during midway conversation, to be like, yo, like, I gotta go, or yo, like, I can't talk to you, I'm not really feeling it, whatever, right? And if it happens with one person, cool. Two people, all right. Three, four in a row, you gotta start wondering to yourself, like, all right, I might be the problem. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta take accountability. So you go back to the drawing board, and I'm like, yo, like, what's going on? I'm even asking, like, Chat GPT, like, what's going on? Like, why is it people not fucking with me? They was fucking with me yesterday, you know what I'm saying? My energy was all vibrant. They was fucking with me, talking to me yesterday. Like, why they not fucking with me today? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people would say it's people pleasing, but I don't give a fuck. This video ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But anyways, I'm trying to better my social skills. So I asked ChatGPT, like, what's up? And then ChatGPT is like, yo, bro, no funny shit. You might be operating from a baseline of where, like, your energy might have dipped for the day. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you ever notice any changes in your behavior pattern? I'm like, yeah, like, I don't really have the energy I had yesterday. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Like, that's what's up. But you got to learn how to work with that baseline. You got to learn how to work with that base level energy. And I never really thought of that until then. I was like, oh shit, like, that actually makes sense. Like, think about it. The best conversations that you have are usually grounded in authenticity, right? So when you can tell that a person is not trying to fake a persona, hell, even nonchalant, right? If you know somebody is basically being nonchalant out of being who they are, then usually it's going to resonate more because whatever they're saying is going to hit with a realness. If you're trying to fake nonchalant, that's why I had to stop preaching nonchalant. If you're trying to fake nonchalant just to get some attention or get an approval, then people are going to see right through that. They're going to be like, all right, you're not really nonchalant. You probably really want to, because there's going to be spurts of energy inside of you. There's going to be times where you probably want to say something, and you know what I'm saying? But whatever. I realize conversation usually starts with authenticity, and that comes from everything. Tonality, voice, projection, mannerisms, looking people in the eye, you know what I'm saying? Not being afraid to voice your opinion. All that is authenticity. But to start the conversation, I realized that you have to start with your base level energy. Whatever you have is however you're gonna come into the world. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm a cash register, I'm at the cash register, whatever, I'm a cashier, whatever, greeting customers. Hey sir, how your day going? You know what I'm saying? If you don't fuck with that energy, then I can't give them more because maybe I just am not feeling it that day. But if I'm feeling it that day, right? I'd be like, hey sir, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? A little bit more energy, you know what I'm saying? Yo, what's good, boss? How you doing? You know what I'm saying? A little bit more bass in my tone because I just have that energy. But if I don't have that energy, I'm just like, hey, what's good, boss? How you doing? I'm not gonna suck my teeth or nothing like I just did, but I'm basically gonna just greet him however I can, however I can meet him. You know what I'm saying? And I realized like that opens the door for a lot of authentic, you know, conversations. I did that one time with this one dude, and literally all of a sudden we just ended up in a good ass 10-minute conversation about almost nothing, basically. Like, it was just like Marvel Rivals or some shit or whatever, you know. But by the way, Blade is overpowered. Like, they need to take that ult out the game. That's just crazy. But long story short, what happened was we met each other on a basic authentic plane, you know what I'm saying? And it felt so good. Even though the conversation was low vibrational, kind of like it was just a low frequency, it felt good because we both were being authentic to what we were. He's coming from work, I'm coming from a long day of just walking outside and getting my steps. So I'm really not in the mood to talk. He's really not in the mood to talk, but we just found some common ground to where we could relate to each other. And that's what's up, you know what I'm saying? And I think what happens with other people too, when I have other conversations like that, when I use my real energy, people respect it. They're like, okay, he's not pretending, you know what I'm saying? He's not gonna pretend for me. Even women will respect this shit, you know what I'm saying? He's not gonna pretend for me because I'm a girl, you know what I'm saying? He actually is rooted in who he is, so I'm still gonna talk to him regardless, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like this is the key to unlocking so many authentic relationships. The people who don't like it are the people who usually want you to perform. So these are people at your job and stuff like that. But I ain't gonna get too much into that. I talk about that a lot in my job. A lot on my channel. But yeah, being authentic, being rooted in who you are as a person, showing up as unapologetically you is literally the key to life. And I'm realizing the less you do, the better you get. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to communication. The less you try to impress, the more you're impressive. Which is oddly weird, but I think it's nature's way of balancing. It's nature's way of weeding out the fake. The less you try to impress, the more people are impressed with you. That's why sometimes when I listen to 21 Savage, I'm oddly impressed by some of the songs he makes, because he clearly is not trying to impress in these songs. He's clearly not trying to be the best rapper or whatever, right? But oddly enough, the songs be coming out fire. Glock in My Lap, Savage Mode, X, there's other shit that he has out there running. You know what I'm saying? Oddly enough, all these songs are hits, and he's not even trying. You know what I'm saying? So I guess we can all learn something from 21 Savage. But that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, yeah, I got more videos on the way. So peace.